Welcome back to Battlefield 2042. In this video, I'm talking to you about the updates that are making their way into the game very, very slowly. And just quickly before we do jump into the video, if you are not currently subbed to the channel, make sure you sub, turn notifications on. All support is greatly appreciated. We are heading for 75k subs. And if you want to support me further as a creator, check out the links in the description. We have YouTube channel memberships, merch, Patreon, buy me a coffee, all that good stuff. And let's jump into it. So, Battlefield Direct Communication put out a tweet and said, let's talk about the next set of updates coming to 2042 and what to expect in the coming weeks. Here's a thread with news on upcoming patches, Portal XP changes, and updates on requested features like Scoreboard and cross-platform VOIP or VOIP, or basically game chat. So, update 3.2, scheduled to go live tomorrow or today, being January the 20th, and it's also my birthday, whoop whoop. This update delivers a handful of small fixes and improvements to the game focused around stability. We will have the complete set of update notes available to browse this evening. We're going to go through those because they are available. And then update 3.3. Our next update after 3.2 arrives in mid to late Feb and features a refreshed scoreboard alongside further changes that have been in the works since we returned after the holidays. So this scoreboard refresh, in 3.3, we will refresh our existing Scoreboard UI, which is already a load of shit. There is no scoreboard. And they're going to refresh it with a new panel that showcases how players are stacking up across the server. Here's your first look at our WIP, or our WIP, or work in progress. So, top left, I'll put an image on screen. Match overview. Conquest large. Got the time in the top right of that little box. Then you've got the tickets remaining. You've got the flags in one of the sectors. You've got the different sectors. You've got the points that have been lost due to sector control and deaths. Then you have your player with your ping, like your player card, whatever. Then you've got kills, assists, and deaths. Then you've got your ribbons underneath. Then on the right hand side you have your scoreboard, where it shows you your score, kills, assists, revives, captures, and defenses. So what they realistically should have done is scrap the revives, or the defenses, or something like that, and they should have put deaths. It's fine showing deaths for yourself, but I would like to be able to see it for other players. I don't get why you would hide that against other people in the lobby. It's been in previous Battlefields, the kills and the deaths, so I don't know why they've had to change it and make it more for, I don't know, it feels like a snowflake scoreboard, if you want to call it that. But not only that, it seems to show you, at least in this picture, I know it's all work in progress, but it does seem to show you a top 19 list, so the top 19 players on the server, and then it jumps to 37 up to 43, and it says, it's got a little prompt box thing there that says squad and active player. So it then shows you from 37 to 43, with you being in the middle of it. Then it's got 97th and then 128th. So you're seeing your 4-player squad being number 1, Flying Squirrel, right at the top of the team, or the entire server. Then you're sat in 40th, and then you've got a teammate or a squad mate in 97th and then 128th. The thing I don't get is, why are they showing 37th to 43rd? Why not just show you, the remaining players in your squad, and then the top 20 on the server? Or something like that. It's a very weird sort of work in progress for the scoreboard. And I don't like it because it also, if you have a look at 16th, it features AI. I don't give a shit what the AI are doing in the game, whether they're doing good or bad. The only thing this is going to show is whether the AI need better balancing because they're all stuck at the bottom of the scoreboard every game, or they're all stuck at the top of the scoreboard because they're too powerful. That's the only thing that's going to make a difference with showing AI on the scoreboard. I would rather see a full top 20 of the human players in the game and how they're performing. But I would also like to see their deaths for the top 20 players. And we just wanted a traditional scoreboard. It should not have taken this long to put this together to be a work in progress. And for it to still be an entire month out is ridiculous. This is something along with major fixes that should have been a priority. This should be dropping in the Jan 20th update. There's no way it should be kept out for another month. It just shows you how slow they are working on this game. and it's probably due to the fact it's live service. And before people say this game's dead, leave it to die, so on and so forth, it's not that simple. They have to stick with this game for a year, because otherwise there's lawsuit after lawsuit due to the fact of them selling a year one pass. They have to give you at least the bare minimum to qualify for actually sticking to what you've paid for, even though realistically you don't get what you paid for because multiplayer's all over the place. But they have to, at least for legal reasons, stick to delivering a year's worth of content. Straight after the first year, they could abandon it if they wanted to. They just have to stick to the first year. So this game won't completely die. They'll still update it. But after a year, who knows what's going to happen. But then they've also said Scoreboard will receive further updates beyond this refresh. This isn't a one and done deal for us. Expect to see us iterate on this further once it's live in game, and we look forward to your feedback once this new scoreboard goes live in Feb. So they've said it's work in progress. I think that's pretty much going to be how the scoreboard is going to look. Because they've said it's not a one and done deal for us, it's going to get further updates. So they'll use the work in progress, they'll finalise it so that it actually works in sort of unison with how the server's going. So it'll update live and show you actual player stats. But in terms of how it looks and all the features on it, I reckon it's going to stay exactly the same as this work in progress. They'll just wait and get feedback, if they even bother to listen to it, in mid to late Feb. But they go on to say matchmaking preferences in All Out Warfare and All Platform VOIP. These are both still on our radar. No updates on these two today, but we wanted to reassure you all that these are still front of mind and we'll have more to show and share on these topics further down the line. No time frame whatsoever for game chat in a game that has custom servers that are community made based on hardcore milsims. Why are you not able, like even Hazard Zone, why are you not able to communicate in-game with your fucking team? They have had since November, well, before November. They've been developing this game for years. They've had all that time to create a game chat, and they haven't bothered. They wanted to bring this game out in the most minimalistic fashion they could, just putting in the bare minimum and not giving a fuck about anything else. And it's annoying, because VoIP in a game like this should be mandatory. Your game shouldn't be approved for release without game chat. Imagine Hell Let Loose. Imagine Insurgency Sandstorm with no game chat. The games are gonna be shit. Just like Battlefield 2042 is. You need voice chat. You need communication with your team. You need a scoreboard. These are all fundamental features that were not released with the game. And I don't know if it's DICE or EA. I'm guessing it's going to be EA that are saying, don't bother putting this stuff in. We'll see how the fans react. All this sort of stuff. But you're bleeding players through your fucking nostrils. There are so many people leaving this game. It's not even breaking 7k players. But carrying on, XP in Portal. Further to the changes made at the end of last year, we've got more changes set to go live with Update 3.2 tomorrow that will enable more servers and game types to progress on Mastery and weekly missions. Details on this will be posted here later this afternoon. And then game performance. Our teams continue to analyse the data available to us and develop further optimizations that enable the game to make best use of your hardware. In every update, we'll be delivering changes big and small that aim to tackle the issues and improve your experience. Happy New Year. We're hard at work now that we're back. We hope you're all well, safe and healthy. Stay tuned to us here for more updates and we'll see you on the battlefield. I mean, there's a lot of fucking people you won't see due to your incompetence. So, I do have a couple of images that we'll go through very quickly and then we'll jump into the patch notes for Jan 20th. Number one, and actually the only one I have, is they've got a work in progress feature for XP in custom modes, or in Portal, and you'll get restricted XP for custom experiences using Rules Editor, AI, or Damage/Health. And that will be your player XP, you're allowed 300 XP per minute, Mastery XP is unavailable, Ribbon XP is unavailable, weekly missions are unavailable. With Moderate, this is for custom experiences using all modifiers except the Rules Editor, AI, or Damage and Health. You still got a 300 XP per minute cap. Mastery is up to Mastery rank 12. Ribbons are unavailable. Weekly missions are enabled. Then you have the full XP, which is for featured experiences only. So you get full player XP, mastery XP for weapon and vehicle attachment unlocks, ribbon XP, and weekly missions. And then someone left a response to this and said, regarding Portal XP, just turn it all back on completely, 100%, and find ways to prevent bot farms by server browser term filters, and maybe bot kill XP adjustments. Not having full XP in Portal is killing Portal, and Portal is the shining beacon of 2042. I totally agree. If they're worried about all of these XP and bot farming servers, just do something to where you're not going to be awarded anywhere near as much XP if you kill a bot. Or even disable XP for killing bots. Do something like that. But restricting in any way, shape or form the XP a player earns for their mastery, their ribbons, weekly missions and stuff, whilst playing custom game modes, what's the point? As the person said, Portal is the best thing they have going for them. And they're just hindering its success because of all these different restrictions and stuff. But then the final part of this video is update 3.2. So the one that's going live today, Jan 20th. So general fixes. Fixed an issue where leaving a party during matchmaking could make the game unresponsive. Fixed an issue where connecting to EA servers after signing up with a new account wouldn't work on the first attempt. Updated behaviour of the quit button during gameplay so it now returns you to the correct screen. Fixed an issue where the loading music would stop playing during level load. I mean, should those issues be in the game in the first place? The game's been out for 2 months, and this stuff has only just been fixed. If the fix even works properly. For soldiers, fixed a rare occurrence where after landing with the wingsuit, hits wouldn't always register on some parts of Sundance's hitbox. Fixed occurrences of rubber banding when running behind friendly players. Fixed a rare issue that could cause you to be stuck in both an alive and downed loop. Fixed a variety of issues with attaching to ladders that could cause you to get stuck in a state where you could fly away or lose control of your specialist. Fixed an issue where soldier movement speed was impaired by nearby explosions that spawned craters. An issue where camera shake and audio for landing would unintentionally trigger when dropping from very small heights. An issue where weapons from a loadout crate would sometimes inherit ammo from the previously selected weapon, and an issue where being spotted when firing a weapon would spot you for too long. So you fire a weapon, instead of popping up on the map for 5 seconds, they've got you there for 30. Something stupid like that, I don't know the exact numbers. But with stability, they've added multiple fixes to improve overall game stability, and they fixed a rendering-related crash that could occur for AMD Radeon 7 users while Sundance was visible on screen. In terms of weapons, sniper and softlam scope glints now show from a further distance. In terms of vehicles, fixed an issue where passenger weapons would no longer be in sync whenever the driver's turret would rotate, causing bullets to not register when firing at enemies. The M1A5, the T28, they've improved the effective range and reduced spread on the canister weapon pod. So they've reduced the bullet spread from 1.6 to 1.1. They've increased damage fall-off distance from 35 to 40. Hazard Zone. They fixed a black rectangle being present on screen during Hazard Zone end of round when hitting quit at the level progress screen. So literally one change for Hazard Zone. And then for Portal, the server info tab now persists after hitting refresh in the Portal server browser. They fixed an issue where text would overlap when joining a team deathmatch game during the end of round sequence. For the rules editor, the is inventory slot active value now correctly handles melee weapons. And then certain admin commands can no longer be spammed. So that's their update for 3.2. There's pretty much nothing there that's significant. They've got nothing in the pipeline that's actually significant, because the way they do the scoreboard is a bit of a mess at the moment. There's a lot of things they could do to make it better for the player, like taking a look at their previous titles where players weren't complaining about the scoreboards and implement it that way. Instead of going, we're refreshing our scoreboard UI, just give us a traditional scoreboard, players are happy. They don't need to go into all this, oh look, we're going to track your assists, your revives, your defences, your captures. Just give us kills, deaths, assists, caps. Something like that if you're playing Conquest. Who the fuck wants to track revives in a game? Players don't even revive in 2042. But my biggest problem with this is the fact that even though they've announced an actual scoreboard where you can see how many kills you've got and other players in the lobby, yeah, it's taken them a month from now, which will mean the game would have been out for 3 months by the time they've implemented a simple scoreboard. That is unacceptable for any level of a video game. But for a AAA title that is being published by EA, they should have done this shit way sooner. These updates don't even get me excited. They're not going to bring players back. Even in late Feb. Oh, we've added the new scoreboard in. You're going to get maybe 100 people go, oh, I'll jump on. I'll have a game and I'll see what it feels like with the scoreboard. Doesn't make a difference to the gameplay. Doesn't change the fact that the maps are still shit in every way possible. Like, you think of every single factor to the maps, they suck. It doesn't change anything that's actually important to the players. It's nice. Don't get me wrong, granted, credit because they're actually giving us a scoreboard. I mean, it's something that should be in the game anyway. But they are making changes to the game, which is nice to see. However, it's taken them far too long, especially for simple changes. And, 7 maps? The people don't even play All Out Warfare. People barely play the game at this stage. They need to do more. They have enough developers and stuff working on this title. This is not acceptable. But what we're going to do is leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.